All right, everybody. Now we're gonna it's probably gonna be the ending of it. But yeah, let's see EJ on that. Shout out to you. And I will. I told y'all was coming back. I don't know why you surprised that I came back when I said I was coming back. Yep. Yeah, I've been actually meaning to talk about this one. I just ain't had time to do it. It's actually inspired off the new Young Justice season 3 thing. Trying to say it more. Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess I'm gonna get into get smart with you. Don't come here, come in my chat talking crazy. You know you get dealt with. All right, running. They running. Okay. All right. I guess I can get into the topic now. That well, I think two people probably gonna get it. I mean, no rice in here. Uh, yeah. I was watching a show called Young Justice. I'm a fan of it's like the mini Justice League and all that. And they had like this new season, like where they had like kids who were being kidnapped from their families. Like I guess like they had some kind of issue or whatever, and they've been told by these doctors that like that they had like treatments to save their family members, all that. But secretly, they were taking people who they seen had like the meta gene, uh, the potential for having superhuman abilities, and basically using them to basically taking their abilities and then putting them in a pod that's like had like tar and everything like that, like some kind of tar that unlocks their metahuman ability. So when they use the tar for the tar, they put them in these pods and they would have this tar surround them. And once they and like the ones that survived unlock their metagenes, and the rest of them are just like tossed away in a ditch somewhere where they're never heard from again. So like this is like happened like years after the last season. They're all grown up. Robin, now known as Nightwing, sets up a team to go and stop this in a country called Markovia, where they said that they are the main ones housing the superhumans. And when they so like now not only like they're making these kids superhumans, but they're 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 setting them out to be weapons to be used for other countries, starting a whole like superhuman traffic ring. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like third season of Justice League. It's like where they're doing the Outsiders. It's like the Justice League can't do anything as far as like help out other countries because Lex Luthor is the I think he's like the I think he's like the some kind of representative for the UN. Like he had like lot of power, and he uses powers to make sure the Justice League can help in other countries. So like Robin decides to quit along with the other. Well, no, I don't think it was Robin. It was Batman. Batman decides to quit and create his own group, and the rest of the Justice League are thrown off. But like Robin is creating his own team, but like he can't act in the interest of the Justice League, which like Young Justice is supposed to be a mini version of that. So they go to Markovia to find out who's the lead, who's behind it to try to put an end to this superhuman trafficking once and for all. Which I mean, they still got more episodes on it. Yep, that Lex Luthor. They the one and the same race. Yeah, he made sure that like Justice League can't help anybody. Yeah, and it's kind of interesting. I mean, we just had a conversation. Well, I was fighting demons. Interesting enough. But I mean, but Robin eventually saves him. But like, there's like one prince who has like his parents killed by a metahuman, like a speeding metahuman. He runs into the king and queen's bedroom and while they're sleeping and kills both of them. And like there's two brothers. The older one is getting ready to be crowned prince, but he can't fully take the position because he's 17. You have to be 18 to fully assume the crown. So his uncle takes over takes over as regent for a year until he can assume the position of king. But the younger brother thinks that something wrong is going on here because his sister, their sister had been kidnapped and I think like been kidnapped and disappeared without a trace. So they're finding he find out so he wanted to figure out if he had the meta gene so he can become a metahuman to save his country be the hero that his country needs. So he so he went to his family doctor who has been trying to help him do that, and I think he found out he had the meta gene. So I guess like when he went digging when the members of Young Justice came there, he actually I mean he ended up being in those pods by his doctor. Well, not by his was doctor activated, but he thought he had been betrayed by his doctor, but his doctor actually wanted him to become metahuman so he can save the country. But I guess she had been working for him, but pretty much pretty much you know she thought she was doing good. You know, it's one of those cases where you thought you were doing good, but once you find out that you're not, it's pretty much you know you're in too deep. If you try to get out, you know you could die. So she was hoping that she was able to get out of it, which she did with the help of Nightwing and the Young Justice, the covert Young Justice members, because you couldn't know that heroes were working there, and they end up finding out that his uncle was actually the mastermind behind it. He was known as he's known in secret as Count Bedlam. I think his name is Stephen. I forgot something the Lamb, and the Lamb is anagram for Bedlam. So he's known as Baron Bedlam by his organization. So when they found out he did it, you know, he fought, you know, the prince that was transformed to metahuman. He uses meta abilities, even though he's still trying to get used to him, use them to fight his uncle, just to stop him, because he tried to blame the prince for having a superhuman trafficking ring, and with the help with Nightwing and the rest of the covert members, they stopped him, and he tried to blame him for it, but they realized, but the older brother, he realized that he was the one behind it. He just could say you because the Baron also has superhuman abilities too, which I think that was like a family trait. So you know, use a Geoforce trait of the family, and he knew that the uncle was too good at it. So meaning proving that he was behind it. So I think they arrested him, but the superhuman trafficking is still going on. So they're still trying to stop it. As far as what I've read on it, as far as what I looked at, checked it out. But yeah, it's crazy. Like you know, something like that. I think something like that could happen if superhumans were to be weaponized. I mean, you know, I think superhumans exist, but they're not put out there as much as you know people would like. Because one, if you did have superhuman abilities, how are you gonna you know how are you gonna you know try to live a normal life if that's what you were seeking, and you can't have a normal life being a superhuman because for one, you would have to probably move, and you would probably have to run from the government because I'm sure the government would be very interested in a superhuman. Yeah, yeah, I do too, and I think if you're a superhuman, you would have to be constantly on the run from government and any group that's looking to use superhumans as a way to do nefarious deeds or to fight wars. Cause that's the question. Where to move to? I guess you'd have to, you know, you've seen the shows. You probably have to find an underground layer or something. Happen to run upon it. Couldn't just live anywhere. Yeah. So superhumans. Yeah. They were probably real. Depending on the superhuman, they could be like use a very useful tool to certain governments. Or yeah, you would have to sort of, you would have to kind of, or at least fake your identity, fake your death, and fake your identity. But they can be used to certain governments, or they can be a weapon of mass destruction with certain superhuman abilities, possibly. So it's like no, the possibilities are endless, and I think superhumans are coming, where superhuman being a superhuman will be more and more of a natural occurrence. And I wonder how people would feel about it. Would it be like the X-Men, where like people who don't have superhuman abilities will start looking at them differently? Maybe have a xenophobic approach to it because they're different. I mean, I'm sure there's ways to do it, because I mean, I'm sure people have done it. It just be the way to. Sure, I mean, if you get away with it, I wonder how you could. But I think you would need, like, people who specialize in certain things like that. But I'm not, like I said, for you two, you gotta come look at me. I'm not telling everybody to fake their deaths and do none of this. Just put that disclaimer out there. I don't want to get no men in black at the door saying we don't like what you talking about. So just to make sure, I'm not encouraging anybody to do this. I'm just putting, this is just opinions. This is theory, just opinions. But I guess like, in order to fake your, I guess to have to fake your death, you probably need a organization to do that. Because you would have to have people. You need people to confirm your death. Like it's like when I say the movies and stuff like that. But you probably need people to have your dental work if you're gonna burn the body to confirm it's you. And I mean, you'd have to have somebody who get death certificate, and you have to, I guess you have to have some to have like a detective on the take or something like that to give it a case closed, or officer, I guess. But as far as that, you would need a team of people, and then you would need somebody who knows how to work Social Security, how to fake a Social Security number, or fake IDs, and paperwork, which I'm sure it won't be easy to find. So yeah, that's how it goes. As far as that, I mean, you've seen enough. you've seen enough. I'm pretty sure you've seen enough superhero shows and movies and paranormal shows like where like you have people that have abilities who have to be on the run or hide out, create some kind of resistance. Yeah, it would be. I mean, that's your life you're talking about. So yeah, take a lot of work to stay alive or not to be used by anybody. So yeah, this is mm, I'm curious to know her real name. Well, this is the end of the game. Oh, I think this might be this part where Zach dies. Yeah, I think superhumans will change the world, but superhumans would have to. Ooh, Reno and Rude. I'm sorry, I got all off track. I'm just looking at the characters Final Fantasy 7. Yeah, I'm about to get ready to end it, Rice. As soon as it's in, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down because I think I'm done talking about it. But yeah, and yeah, one more thing about it is I think like with the more superhuman movies and superhero movies, I think the government, or at least the writers, know that something's about to happen. I think they know people are going to become superhumans. All right. Well, thanks for coming through, Rice. I'll probably be shutting down in a minute. Yeah, as soon as it's done, I'll be shutting down. Yep, and this is where Zach dies. At least I think. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it might be, or it may be terms of in. Haven't seen this one yet. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Oh no, I get to fight. Oh, I get. Oh, I actually get to fight. Okay, well, don't look like I'm gonna be. Well, it don't look like I'm gonna get any. Not a video game at it. Who I was, anyway. Well, I think I'm about to go ahead and turn this thing off and just save it. All right, I'm about to get it off. Turn it off. Get through these. At least these set of guys in the front anyway. Okay, more start appearing. All right, I'm saving. All right, man. All right, y'all. I'm about to go ahead and say this. Which one's the? Yeah, I'm saving it. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for staying up with me. Shout out to, I guess EJ was on here, and shout out to Rice, aka. I don't know if there's anybody else that showed up, but shout out to those who were here, stuck through me, stuck there, stuck it in with me, and salute to the Neo sector. And thank y'all for listening to this topic, and I'll see you guys later. Y'all have a good night.